One team in the nation, unbeaten against the likes of Notre Dame, Alabama, Syracuse, BC. The Nittany Lions will be facing on New Year's night the Oklahoma Sooners, currently ranked second by the UPI coaches poll. Sooners have lost only to Miami. Their defense considered the best in the country. They've not allowed a point for the month of November. Oklahoma coach Barry Switzer joins us this morning from our Oklahoma City affiliate, KTVY-TV. Here in New York, Penn State's coach Joe Paterno. Good morning to both of you gentlemen. Congratulations.
Well, it's nice to see you, Brian. It's not nice to see that guy out there in Oklahoma. How did he get you up at 6 o'clock in the morning, Switzer?
I had to get up. Hey, I got up at 4:30 to be here, Joe.
I saw you going through the paper there, Barry. I also saw a headline up in the corner that said, OU drops to 4th in AP poll. What happened?
Jimmy Johnson and the Miami Hurricanes whipped up on Notre Dame this past week. They had the national spotlight, so he scored enough points to get a few more ballots than we did in the AP poll. But Joe, I tell the scribes here in Oklahoma City that the coaches poll, which we're second in behind you, that coaches are always smarter than sports writers,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely. In fact, we could eliminate sports writers. Would be all right.
It'd make our job a lot easier.
Be careful. I know the next step after that. Do either of you have any doubt that this game is for the national title?
I do. Wait a minute, Joe. I have a game to play. I play SMU this weekend, a very talented football team, and everybody talks about this 1-2 and the Orange Bowl being for the national championship. I've got to beat SMU this weekend, and they're a very talented football team.
Okay, let's assume you beat SMU. Now we move on.
Well, I was going to say that, Barry. I said I think if Barry beats Nebraska, Oklahoma State, and SMU 3 straight games, and then we play each other in the Orange Bowl as we're going to, I think the winner of that football game certainly ought to be the national championship football
I hope
team.
Jimmy Johnson's listening.
Hi, Jimmy. How you doing?
Jimmy Johnson coached the Miami Hurricanes. Now he's got a gripe. He's going to say, wait a minute, if I go to the Sugar Bowl and I win and I've already beaten Oklahoma and they beat you, why aren't I national champion?
Well, he and Barry can fight that out.
Well, I tell you what, the logic of that is Jimmy says he beat us, that he deserves to be number one. Well, I said, well, if he uses that logic, Florida beat them, and Florida should be ranked higher than Miami. So it goes on and on. That's why this question will never be answered, right, Joe?
Well, I think we're going to answer it. You take care of SMU this week, and we'll answer it on January 1st, Barry.
Okay.
But nonetheless, neither of you want to see a playoff system, do you?
I do. Barry may not want
you
to.
don't?
I've always been.
Really?
I think that one of the reasons we had things such as happened down at Miami and Notre Dame the other day was because of the fact that people have to get opinion to evaluate what kind of a football team they have rather than 2 teams going on the field and playing for a championship. I've always been for playoff and still are for a playoff, and that's one of the reasons my squad opts to go to the Orange Bowl as opposed to some other places, because they wanted to play the highest-ranked football team they could, the best football team they could, so that we would have a chance maybe to decide this thing on the field.
Barry, a conflicting opinion?
Well, I've never supported the playoff system, Bryant. There's a lot of reasons why. Joe and I discussed this several years ago. Who gets all the money? Do we exploit the players, ask them to play another 13 to 14 games season, certain teams, and I think that, first of all, we've taken everything away from the athlete. There are a lot of questions need to be answered before we have a playoff system. The NCAA's made a lot of money. I just don't want them getting richer at our expense.
You and I will split it up, Barry.
That's right, Joe. What about for coaches, assistant coaches, retirement fund, or something like that?
That's exactly right.
Look, many of our viewers right now are just casual football fans, and they're wondering, what's the big deal? Why don't you tell them, what's a national championship? You've each won one. Barry, in your case, you've won a couple. What's a national championship worth to your program?
Well, I think a bunch of kids get together and they make a lot of sacrifices, make a commitment, go out to be the best football team they can be, and I think all of us would like, I don't care what kind of competition you're in, when you play, you'd like to think you're the best. If you really work at your skills and you really train yourself, you'd like to think you're the best. And I think that kids want to be national champions. At least we feel that way, and I'm sure Barry's team
But it's also worth something to the program, isn't it, Barry?
Well, certainly it is. It always helps recruiting. I think good players go where good things happen. Joe's right. I think we recruited Oklahoma and Penn State because we are teams that are perennial national powers and have an opportunity to win national championships, and we attract outstanding athletes to come be a part of something like that. So good things happen in our programs, and that's why we're where we are today.
In the 45 seconds left, let me address the fact that it'll surprise many to learn that you two are friends, that you aren't feuding, and that the now over-publicized quote of Joe Paterno some years ago that he doesn't want to leave football to the Barry Switzers and Jackie Sherrills of the world is overblown and overdone.
He might have been right.
Well, I may have second thoughts about that the night of January 2nd. I may go back to that quote. I said that in a facetious way one night, and not really knowing Barry or
That's
even
right.
Cheryl. So
let me say this, Brian, right quick.
Joe called me.
Joe called me and apologized personally to me, and it's quite a man to pick up the phone and say, hey, I said it, and this is why I said it, and that. And Joe and I have become good friends for the last 5 or 6 years. A super guy. I hope we have mutual respect for each other, because I do for him and his program.
You'll suspend it for only one night.
Yeah, just take it easy on us January 2nd.
Sorry,
Switzer, good luck.
Good luck this week,
Thank you. See you in Miami.
Joe, thanks for being with us.
Hey, good to be
Appreciate
with you.
it. Happy New Year. 7:22. We'll come back. This is Today on NBC.